You guys sound ready for an incredible night of comedy. So let's bring the man up here. Lift it up. Make your noise for the man himself in space, Kochan.
Oh my God, Hooley, Dooley, what a crowd! Holy moly, what a golf club! Thanks for coming out. Give a round of applause for Freddie McManus. That was great. He did very well. A little too well for my liking. God damn. I said warm him up. I didn't say steal all the goddamn laughs out of the room. Save some for me. No, this is great. This is exciting. This is a nice sized crowd. This is very nice. I usually prefer smaller crowds, to be honest. I prefer less people, because if the jokes don't go over, I can still get round and tickle everyone. Couple people keen for a tickle tonight? This is good. No, I do like small crowds. It reminds me of the time I performed for 12 Thai boys in a cave. So that was... that was a fun gig. Oh, goddamn. I'm actually doing a few gigs in the Middle East soon. No need to applaud. It's fine. It's not for the troops, actually. Just doing the local comedy clubs down there. So, doing Maha Hamid's Giggle Bunker and... doing Hezbollahs a lot. It's a great little run. It's good. No, thank you so much. I'm in a great mood, I am. But it's mainly because a guy who works at my gym keeps calling me Big Man. And I know some of you probably thinking, oh, he's probably calling everyone Big Man. Not the case, actually, okay? He's only calling a couple people Big Man, all right? It's me, a guy with a respirator, and a guy who keeps his EpiPen in a gun holster for quick access. So it's just, we're the elite group of big men. But no, this is great. I did a gig recently. I got a message from my mum right before I went on stage. She sent me a photo of some old guy, and she was like, do you recognise him? And I was like, no, why are you sending me a picture of some old guy? And she goes, he did your circumcision. Most insane message I've ever received. And honestly, I think if I do recognise the guy who did my circumcision, something went horribly wrong. I don't know what she wanted me to reply back. Like, yeah, give her my number, we'll catch up again sometime soon. Talk about old times, like the time he snipped part of my penis off. That'll be great. But I know there is a lot of, debate out there, whether circumcisions traumatise kids, and I had it done. I'm not traumatised, I mean, I do pass out any time I see someone peel a carrot, but I don't think that's related. I think that's because I was molested by a snowman, and... Oh, he takes the mic out of the mic stand. Oh! Oh my God, I feel like I've got a cult going here. This is amazing. I did some gigs in some small country towns recently as well. I find them very friendly in these small country towns, but then some of them are also quite racist. It's an interesting balance, you know what I mean? Friendly, but racist. Whereas I feel like in the city, it's the exact opposite, Everyone's very progressive, but quite rude. Quite rude in the city, In the city, everyone's like, be whoever you want to be, do whatever you want to do, suck and fuck whoever you want to suck and fuck. But if you put something in one of my bins, I'm going to call the cops. I think I prefer the friendly racists, you know what I mean? I'll be over there, some guy will be like, do you need help changing your tie, you dirty little Jew? It's nice. It's nice. But no, I drove past a few houses in the country. They've got the Australian flag out the front, and I like that. I think that's cool. I'd like to have a flag out the front of my place. And not the Australian flag, though. I'd like to have a flag with my face on it. Not for any sort of ego thing or anything. I just think it'd be cool, because then if something bad happens in my life, then I could take it down to half-mast. You know what I mean? People will walk past, they'd be like, oh, I guess Ben's having a rough time, I guess he went down to the skate park and they made fun of him for wearing knee pads. Even though he was just there to watch. But you guys wouldn't believe this. Something bad did happen to me recently. Someone told me that my head is too narrow. Can you believe that? An Adonis such as myself? I'm the most handsome man in my synagogue. And they said that to me? It's brutal. I think my head might be too narrow, though. I think they may have a point, because I went for a massage recently, and my head slipped right through that little hole. I went right through. It was brutal. I've heard about a happy ending. What about an upsetting beginning? God damn it. Oh my God, you guys are going to have to go into witness protection because you're watching a man kill. No. That's too much. No, you applaud that much, I feel like a Make-A-Wish kid, and this has been organised by someone else. They're like, he's gonna die in the next week. Just make him feel good. Oh man, but I tell you this, I'm a big fan of small talk. I feel like a lot of people poo-poo small talk. I love small talk. I love talking about the weather. I got all the weather apps. My friends call me Rain Man. I think it has something to do with that. I don't like when people talk to me about bigger things, you know? Someone tells me they got a divorce. I don't know what to say to that, you know? I usually just bring it back to weather, you know? I'm like, it sucks that she left, but we've got a couple sunny days coming up. That might cheer you up, mate. Put a smile on your doll. There's a 25% chance of rain and the same chance of you getting custody of your kids. So, yes. Some of these jokes are a bit sassy. Okay. Get used to it. No, let's get serious though, guys. It is 2022 and it is getting harder and harder to start a conga line. Don't you reckon? It is, you know what I mean? All the whole Me Too thing, sexual harassment lawsuits. You're telling me you're going to go up to a stranger, put your hands on their upper hip area out of the blue? I'm certainly not. It's a big risk, you know? Maybe you think the mood is right, you know, you go for the conga line, you know, they're like, what are you doing? You're like, I just thought I was going to start a conga line. They're like, no, I don't want a conga line right now. And then you're there just like, I'm so sorry, I thought the mood at the bus stop was festive, you know, I thought we'd get a conga line going on the bus, you know? Turn this bus into a party bus, am I right? And I love a party bus, by the way. I'm a huge fan of these party buses. Sometimes I'll be at a party. I'm like, you know what would make this better? Being on a bus, you know what I mean? Let's add some motion sickness to this stunted conversation I'm having, you know? Sometimes I think about it the reverse way, you know? Sometimes I'm on a bus, and I'm like, why isn't there a party happening right now? We got a great group of fellas around us, you know? That guy's got his hand down his pants, you know? That guy's carving his manifesto into the window. That guy's publicly reading Mein Kampf. Let's party, you know what I mean? Thank you so much. I know you laughed at that bit, but I got to say, usually it does a lot better. And I don't want to make you feel bad, but I want to let you know that sometimes that bit really crushes. I'd like to just play it for you right now, just to let you know. I just want to let you know how well the bit can do. So if you just hold on, let me just quickly. Sometimes I'm on a bus, I'm like, why isn't there a party happening? We've got a great group of fellas around us. That guy's got his hand down his pants. That guy's carving his manifesto into the window. That guy's... All right. Guys, I got to admit, this bit where I play the bit back to you and let you know that the bit does better, this bit usually does a lot better. And I'm just going to play it for you right now. If I could just... lot of visual gags on the album tonight. A lot of visual gags. Anyone here into the bloody weed, into that type of thing? Any criminals in? Anyone here listen to Jamiroquai? It's the same thing. I feel like people are so pro-weed these days, you know what I mean? And, you know, it's fine, but I feel like they've almost gone so far, they're just, like, exaggerating how good it is, you know? Like, I'll see like a video, it'll just pop up on my Facebook feed or something, and it'll be like, this old man with Parkinson's had one little puff on a little bit of weed, and now he's in Cirque du Soleil. I'm like, that can't be true. But no, people drinking tonight, having a few brewskis. Nothing wrong with that. I might get a little drink after this if it goes well. Might get a little virgin daiquiri. That's right. It's a normal daiquiri, but I drink it. So, thank you. Some people are bad drinkers, though. I think some people they do bad things when they drink. I've got a friend. He's a bad drinker. We actually call him the prawn. That's right. Because one time he drank so much he actually shat all the way up his own back. That joke is horrific. I apologise. I agree with you guys. I think shitting is a disgraceful act. I really do. I think it's horrible. I'm actually trying to cut back. I am. I think it's really bad. I think it is funny though when people are so ashamed of shitting that they'll like run a bath while they're doing a shit to like hide the noises. But like, what's worse, doing a shit or people being like, did you just have a bath at my place? We were just having a conversation. You went and had a bath. Smells like shit in there. What kind of bath do you have? It's disgusting. Thank you so much. I don't know if we got any gamblers in tonight. I'm a bit of a gambler myself, actually. My game of choice, I like to take a laxative and do an escape room. So, thank you. This is the diarrhea portion of the album. But no, speaking of gambling, I think a lot of people out there, they're starting to say, horse racing, it's cruel to the horse. And, I think they're probably right, but they can't be right for all horses. You know what I mean? There's going to be at least a couple horses out there that are into masochism. You know what I mean? They're getting whipped. They're like, ooh, that's actually not bad. Oh, my God. Do you have any candle wax up there? That might be nice. It's hard to run. I've got a horse erection. But, and crypto, I don't know if we got any crypto heads in tonight, but I'm not into that, and not into that either, Whenever I hear someone say there's been a crash in the market, it just reminds me of the reason my grandma's not allowed to drive anymore. She crashed her car into a market, so... anyway. Don't worry, she survived, but a lot of people died. But I was at Christmas last year with my family. I thought it was interesting at Christmas. I could really tell the differences between the generations, because my uncle, he was there, and he started this story, and he was saying, I was speaking to this Japanese guy recently, and my cousin, she's young, she was 14, she cut him off immediately. She was like, why do you have to say he's Japanese? You don't have to say he's Japanese, just say he's a guy. She was offended. And I was sort of defending my uncle a bit, I was like, I think you can still say that someone's Japanese, if they happen to be Japanese, I was sort of defending him a little bit. And then he started doing the accent. I was like, oh boy. I think I backed the wrong horse in this situation. And I don't want to be preachy or anything, but to me, not being racist is easy, you know what I mean? It's easy peasy. Lemon squeezy, and I don't mean to offend anyone if you are lemon squeezy, but I don't know if we got any water births in tonight, but I was a water birth myself. I was actually born halfway through the Aqualoop at Wet n Wild, so I was the guy circumcised me on the way out. I think that's why I botched it. But I'm a big... I actually wasn't born... I wasn't a water birth, but I do have a water bed. So I love these water beds. Huge fan of the water beds. Don't know why people are laughing. I love the water bed. But I will say this. I do go to sleep on one side of the room, and I do wake up on the other side of the room because I think it's controlled by the tides. So... that's a smart joke. That's really smart. No, I do have a waterbed, but it's great, you know, a couple people, you're drinking tonight, you know, you go home, you wake up in the middle of the night, you've been drinking, you're thirsty, but you guys, you got to go to the kitchen, you know, make yourself a glass of water. Not me. Just take the lid off, big sip of my bed, you know what I mean? It's the big... You guys can't drink your bed, can you? All this talk of drinking my bed has made me want to drink some water. It's hard when you're doing a longer show, you know, you get thirsty, but then there's a big silence, you know, while you're drinking water. So I actually have a little audio sting just while I drink water, just so it's not awkward.
Hi, I'm Robbie Williams. Hi, this is Paul McCartney.
Hey, this is Kylie.
Hi, this is Simon Cowell.
And we think Ben Kochan's really funny.
Wow, Paul McCartney. That's really nice of him. That's really nice. I tell you who I feel bad for. I feel bad for paramedics. I really do, you know. Because I feel like they didn't crack into the stripping market in the same way that policemen and firemen did. You know what I mean? Where are the paramedic strippers? I'd love to see a paramedic stripper, you know? Rocking up to a hen's night with a boombox, you know? Just knocking on the door. Just being like, hi. I heard someone here was having a diabetic episode, you know? What is love? Swinging a stethoscope around, you know? Just like, who here needs some penicillin, you know? Stuff like that. But no, I am a weirdo, obviously, and I feel like it's not my fault, though. I think it's because I was breastfed till very late. I was breastfed till 7, actually. Yeah. Well, actually, it was 7:30, and then I had to come straight here. So it was a bit of a rush dinner, I gotta say. But no, it's good. I do have a girlfriend, which is nice, and thank you. And we've had sex, I think, and thank you so much. Thank you so much. No, that's too much. I think sex is crazy, though. I don't know about you guys. You guys probably love it. I reckon it's crazy. I reckon it's nuts. You know what I mean? Women get wet, men get hard. What are we making cement over here? What's going on? You know what I mean? Am I making love or do I need a hard hat? You know, what's happening? But it's nice. It's nice to have a girlfriend. I like going to fancy restaurants with my girlfriend, you know? I like when you go to a fancy restaurant and they put that napkin over your lap to cover your erection. You know, I think that's nice. Oh, what, now you don't laugh at my jokes? Jesus Christ! You can't take a break tonight. I want laughs at every bit. No, but it's nice having a girlfriend. But, you know, sometimes, like, you know, I'll come home and I've had a good day, you know, but she's had a bad day. And that's hard, you know, because you want to talk about your good day. But you don't want to be mean. She's had a bad day. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it would have sort of been like sort of a similar situation with the guy who came first in the Boston Marathon the year there was a bombing there. You know what I mean? He'd want to brag about that. He probably worked really hard for that. But he doesn't want to be mean, you know? He's just got to drop it in subtly. People are all concerned for him. They're like, oh my God, were you in the race when the bomb went off? He's just like, actually, I finished quite a bit earlier, to be honest. It was a PB. But no, do you guys get into the dirty talk, any crazy shit like that? I find it hard to do that, you know, because I don't know if you can tell, but I'm a silly guy, you know what I mean? And it's hard. You can't really do silly, dirty talk. It doesn't really work, you know. I tried it once, you know. I went up to my girlfriend. I was like, "Do you want the worm? Hey, you want the worm in the compost heap? Is that, you know?" She didn't love me calling her vagina the compost heap. I don't think she was into that, but I'd like to get some men's lingerie. I reckon that'd be nice, spice things up. But I don't know where you can buy that. I reckon if they did have a store for men's lingerie, it wouldn't be called Victoria's Secret. It'd be called Brad's Conspiracy Theory. That's where you get that. But no, I'm lying. I'm a kinky guy, obviously. So many kinks. My kink is I like to have a mirror on the ceiling when I'm having sex because it turns me on to know what birds would see if they saw me rooting. Hey, call me old-fashioned. I want to know what I look like having sex as the crow flies. So, oh, good grief. But no, my girlfriend and I, we moved in together recently, and thank you. And before that, I lived with two people, and they're both very good at cooking. I don't know if anyone's had that situation before. It's very frustrating, you know, because you just got all these amazing smells coming through the apartment non-stop that you have no access to at any point, you know. Like, it was annoying. Like, every night, you know, I'd, like, go into the kitchen. My roommates would be there, you know. I'd be like, oh, what are you having for dinner tonight, you know? And one of them would be like, oh, I'm just slow roasting lamb. Just slow roasting lamb for 7 hours. Like, what are you having for dinner, Ben? I'm like, oh, I'm having oats. Yeah. Not even cooking them. I'm having them dry. I'm eating them out of an oat bag like a horse. Enjoy your lamb, asshole. But no, I love to complain. I do. I'm a big complainer. I like hearing other people complain as well. I like the way when people complain, like when they'll say like the year we're in first, and then they'll complain about something. I always like that, you know? When people are like, it's 2022. Why is my internet not working, you know? It's 2022. Why are my towels always wet, you know? Stuff like that. Just made me wonder, like, when that first started. Like, how far does that go back? Was there some guy just like, Jesus Christ, it's 1908. Can we get a goddamn Morse code machine that works in here? I need to send some important beeps and boops. Come on. It's 1400 BCE. Can we get a prophet that knows where he's going, please? Following this schmedrick around for ages. It's the Mesozoic era! Can we get more gay dinosaurs in writers' rooms? Come on! Couple triceratops, couple tricerabottoms, get them in there! Oh, good Lord. But, though my girlfriend and I, we live in like an apartment complex, and we recently heard our neighbours having sex. Can you believe it? But so naturally I got a cup and I put the cup to the wall to hear them better. And I know some of you may be thinking, oh, Ben, you're a creep, you want to hear your neighbours have sex. That's actually not why I put the cup to the wall. Okay, thank you very much. I put the cup to the wall because I forgot their names. Thought this might be a good chance to relearn their names, you know? They happened to yell it out in the height of passion, and it worked. It really did work. I saw my neighbour the next day. He was like, hey, Ben, how's it going? I was like, not too bad, Daddy. How are you? Yeah? What about ghosts? Anyone believe in ghosts? Have you seen one? Awesome. That's the end of the crowd work. I think it went pretty well, actually. That's pretty good for me, crowd work-wise. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm on the fence with ghosts. I reckon they might be real. They might not. I'm not sure. Because there are things out there in the world that are real that I'm like, how are they real? You know what I mean? So if they're real, maybe ghosts are real. Like carrier pigeons. You know these carrier pigeons? How are carrier pigeons real? They use them in the war, you know? They put a little note around a pigeon's neck. Then they just whisper in its ear, you know? Take this to Gary, you know? Then it would somehow just take it exactly to the person. Like, how does that happen, you know? And where are the descendants of those pigeons today? Pigeons seem much dumber than that now. I saw a pigeon who was inside a Macca's. It was trying to get out. It slammed its head into a window 15 times in a row. I was trying to whisper in its ear. I'm like, the door's over there, mate. The door, just go around. But my thing with ghosts is I feel like they haven't updated the ghosts in a while. You know what I mean? I feel like it's the same old ghosts we've seen for ages, you know? Can we get some new ghosts in the mix, you know? Like, I'd like to wake up in the middle of the night, there's a guy sitting at the edge of my bed in a JB Hi-Fi uniform, you know? It's like, we got to sail on drones, you know? That'd be nice. And I read that aliens are real in a magazine that I write, and I think that's cool. And I just wonder if aliens really are real and they're like coming to Earth all the time in the future, non-stop. Like, how long will it take before an alien is part of a breakfast radio team? You know what I mean? Because I love breakfast radio teams. I feel like an alien would really add a lot, you know? Like, I'd like to turn on my radio and just hear, you know, they're like, it's Fitzy, Limo, and in the morning. Call-in topic today. When was the last time you slimed on your... Oh. I think I know whose idea that was for the call-in topic. And what about snakes? God, we got to talk about them. Everyone wants to talk about them. And I'm the only one brave enough to do it. I feel like... anyone ever thought about the fact that snakes are really into music? You know what I mean? Like, what is a snake charmer if not a DJ just for snakes? And the snakes love whatever that guy's doing with his little kazoo. They're loving it. They're jiving, you know, moving, grooving the moo, you know. And they must really love it, because I don't know if you've seen these videos, they're kept in like this wicker basket all day, you know. They must be getting so pissed off in that wicker basket. I bet they're in there, they're like, this prick keeping me in the basket all day. The second he lets me out of here, I swear to God, I'm going to bite his goddamn neck. I'm going to bite his neck. Then they let the snake out of the basket. The snake's like, oh, this is pretty good, actually. Oh, my God. Oh. He's good live. He's very good live. This one's not on the album. This is good. But and what about cockroaches? What about them? You know, because people love it when animals do human things. I think we can all agree with that. But I realise it actually works with insects as well. Because I hate cockroaches. Not a fan at all. I think I reckon they even suck. I would go as far to say. But one time I saw a cockroach and it was catching the escalator. And it's the best thing I've ever seen. I swear to God, it was 2 steps in front of me, and it wasn't freaking out or anything. It was just standing there, you know? And it was standing to the left as well. Like, it got the etiquette, you know, which I appreciated. Then it got to the top of the escalator, just walked off, like it had done it like 1,000 times before. I was like, that was awesome. Also, it was an escalator from the train station, so in my mind, it was going to work, you know? It's just like, gonna be late, gonna be in a gutter in 5 minutes. If I don't make any money, my wife's gonna leave me for a cicada. And what about, have you seen these huge cakes? Have you seen these huge cakes? You know, like, I'm talking 6 foot tall. I'm talking massive, huge cakes. Who's ever surprised when someone jumps out of one of those cakes? You know what I mean? I'd be more surprised if it was all cake. That's a lot of cake. If someone wheeled one of those massive cakes into my kitchenette, I'd be like, either someone is in that cake, or this small family gathering has been heavily overcatered. You said bring a small dish. I brought baba ganoush. You know what I mean? I feel like if you do want to make that surprising, get someone to jump out of a normal-sized cake. You know what I mean? That'd be surprising. 6'4" man popping out of a tiramisu. That'd get a few people talking. But I've worked out how you would make it surprising. If you want to pop out of a cake and make it surprising, you got to do it at a wedding. Because at weddings, cakes are already quite large. I think we can all agree. So you could do it. You can make it really nice. You know, you're the husband, you say to your new bride, you say, I know you're a little bit upset, honey, that your grandma couldn't make it today. I know she's been a little bit ill, but, well... Meryl, get on out here. I said, Meryl, get on out here. Shit. All right, everyone get a spoon. We got to eat her out. We got to... Not like that. I mean, we got to eat her out of the cake. Come on. Oh, good grief. I feel like I'm a pretty dumb guy, but I don't think I'm the dumbest person in the world. I think I overheard the dumbest person in the world recently. I overheard this conversation. This lady was speaking to a guy, and I just heard her say, she was like, so the Nobel Prize, was that named after, was his name Nobel, or was his full name Nobel Prize? She thought the Nobel Prize was named after someone called Nobel Prize. I couldn't believe it. Like, I guess in her mind, the Prize family have done very well for themselves, you know? You got Nobel, you got Pulitzer. That's an amazing family. Not to mention the award family. My God, you got Academy, you got Teen Choice. That's an impressive family. But I'll tell you this, I've got a bit of a bad memory, and that's why I don't like reading autobiographies, you know? Because in these autobiographies, they start from a very young age, you know? You read the first few pages, and the first few pages is something like, oh, I remember one day I woke up, it was a sunny morning, I was 3 years old. I'm like, bullshit. Bullshit you remember you were 3. I say that out loud. My girlfriend's in the other room, she's like, Ben, are you reading again? I'm like, I am reading. And it's bullshit in here, this book. God damn it. But I read this thing about repressed memories. I don't know if you know what repressed memories are, but that's when something like really bad happens in your life, and then your brain is like, forget about it. You know what I mean? There's like an Italian guy in your head. It's just like, forget about that. You don't need to worry about that. That's not important, you know. Which I think is great by the brain, you know. Something bad happens, you just don't remember it. But there's some people out there, they want to go to like a hypnotist or like a therapist. They want to remember the repressed memory. Don't do that. It's not going to be good. You know what I mean? It's probably going to involve your uncle, and it's not him teaching you how to drive manual, you know? It's going to be something much worse, you know? I feel like there are just some things you shouldn't find out, you know what I mean? That's why German people don't do Ancestry.com tests, you know? It's like, it's nothing good for them. I wish I could go to someone to repress some of my memories, you know? Go to a little Italian man to repress some of my memories, you know? Like the time my roommate walked in on me watching porn on a smart fridge, you know? That was bad. That wasn't very good. Anyway, I was catching an Uber pool recently because I'm saving up for a boat, and I was in the front of the Uber pool. There were 2 ladies in the back, and then we pulled over. The 2 ladies got out, and then we drove away. As we were driving away, the Uber driver, he was like, ugh, women. I was like, all right, this will be good. You know what I mean? See what the guy with the fingerless driving gloves has to say about women, you know? Usually never goes anywhere positive when a guy starts a sentence like that, you know? It's never like, ugh, women. God, their hair smells good, you know? So it's usually bad. And then after he said that, he goes, ugh, women. He goes, they always slam the door. I was like, okay, that's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, you know what I mean? Like, I thought it was going to be much, much worse. And then I was thinking about it more, and I was like, I guess that's like a stereotype and like a generalisation, but I'd never heard it before. And then it got me thinking more, like, you know, I think the thing I don't like about stereotypes is that they're, like, very overdone and generic, you know? Like, I think if you can come up with a new one, I reckon it's cool, you know? Because if someone came up to me and they were like, you know, all Asians are bad drivers, I'd be like, no, we can't be saying that anymore. But if someone came up to me and they were like, you know, all Asians eat the whole apple, including the core, I'd be like, okay, I'll keep an eye out for that. That's not bad, you know? You know, instead of being like, oh, all Jews run the banks, boring, we've heard it, you know? But like, you know, when Jews have nightmares, they actually glow in the dark. So it's, and that one is true. But what about this one? None of these jokes are linked. I couldn't be bothered. I reckon if you want to buy a telescope, I think you should have to, like, prove that you're into space a little bit. You know what I mean? I feel like you should have to name at least a couple planets. You know? Because if you're not looking at a planet, you're probably looking at Janet. You know what I mean? It's like... There's a fine line between being an interesting person and a person of interest, you know? It's, let's get a bit more relatable. Anyone here ever dropped something and try to catch it on their foot? Anyone ever done that? I do that all the time. I feel like that's a weird instinct, you know what I mean? Like, I never give my foot that order. It's always just going out there by itself, trying to catch things, you know? Lasagnas, whatever I'm dropping. But I realised recently, not only will I stick my foot out for things I've dropped, I'll actually stick my foot out for things other people have dropped as well. Like, I was standing next to a pretty lady at a bus stop one time, and she dropped her book, and look out, Mr. Foot's on the move, hey? Trying to be a hero. But you wouldn't believe this, I actually caught this 400-page hardback book on my foot. I balanced it there for a second, I flicked it up, I did a 360, I caught it again, like that soccer player. Lionel Richie. And no, obviously none of that happened, guys. If you want to know what actually happened, my foot got there a little bit late, and I ended up kicking her book into a muddy gutter. So really smashed it as well. Didn't know what to do, just pretended I was a bad boy. I was like, that's what you get for reading. Anyway, I was looking up Osama bin Laden recently. Don't ask me why, it's personal. But but I am making a collage. I'm having a crafternoon. But no, I sort of just Googled him, and then on Google it said, like, where he was born and how old he was when he died. And then under that it said his height, which I thought was odd. And you guys might not believe this, but get this, Osama bin Laden, he was 6'5". Nobody's impressed. You all thought he was 6'5"? I couldn't believe it. I was like, Osama bin Laden, more like Osama bin Duncan. This guy's big. You know what I mean? I think that's why he wasn't on the plane as well. He's like, there's no leg room. I can't get on there. Come on, give me a break. One time when I said that he was 6'5", a lady up the back was like, ooh, daddy. I was like, oh my God. I guess that shows that women do want men to be tall, you know what I mean? She's like, if he was 5'11" and did 9'11", that'd be no good. I couldn't handle that. I'll tell you a couple more bits if it pleases the court. You've been a great crowd. You guys ever see those videos where they like take a homeless guy off the street and they like give him like, you know, they shave his beard and they like give him like a nice haircut and stuff? You ever seen those videos? I mean, like, when I used to watch those videos and I used to think, oh, that's nice, you know? But then the more I watch those videos, the more I would think, like, I kind of feel like that's not the homeless guy's number one priority. You know what I mean? Like, he's coming in, he's like, I've got an open wound on my leg. Can you take a look at that? They're like, nah, we're going to give you a fade, my man. How about that? How about a little fade, a little bit of wax in the moustache? That'll fix everything, you know? But no, you know, the homeless guy seems to enjoy it, and that's good, you know. But it has changed my perspective a little bit, you know, because now whenever I see a homeless guy on the street and he asks me for money, I'm like, I know you're just going to spend it on a haircut, dude. Come on. I know you want a perm. Come on. This next bit is a little bit edgy, but you got to know I'm a good guy. And how do you know someone's a good guy? They keep telling you they're a good guy. That's how you know. But I reckon it's bad when a kid goes missing. I don't know if anyone disagrees with me, but I'm against it. I think it's bad. But I remember a couple of years ago, I saw a story about this kid that went missing, and the parents came out and they were like, $1 million reward. $1 million reward if you find my son. I'm like, I get it, you know, you want to find your kid, fair enough. But I just kind of feel like they won't be recruiting the best people for the job with that kind of cash. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just picturing two guys in a share house and one of them's like, Mike, put down the bong. We're going kid hunting, all right? We're going to make $1 million buckos. And then, like, you know, obviously it's great if they find the kids, you know, but then, like, that's got to be awkward. How do you ask for the money, you know what I mean? How do you segue into that? You're just in their house, the kid, the family, they're crying, they're hugging. You're just in the corner of their house, standing next to a fern, you know, saying random things like, these plants are great. How do you do that, you know? Then you just got to, like, subtly get into it, just like, yeah, how would that money thing work, by the way? Will that be a bank transfer, or I don't have an ABN, is that going to matter? And Could we do a lot of it in cash? Because it would affect my Centrelink if we don't, you know? And then what happens, you know, if they still haven't paid you, you know, a couple of weeks later, you got to make a call, you know. Just like, hey, so, yeah, still don't have that money, and bet you're glad to have your kid back, and that's not a threat, I'm just saying, I put a down payment on a Kawasaki, so it'd be nice to get a bit of that cash. I tell you, so I'm a tennis coach, thank you very much. I coach a lot of kids and couples who are trying to save their marriage by learning a forehand, and I was coaching this young girl recently. She was like 7 years old. She was trying to show off about all the swear words she knew. You know, kids do that sometimes. She was like, I know the F word. I was like, unless that word is forehand, I don't want to hear it, yeah? And, you know, she didn't laugh because kids don't think I'm funny, you know. I'm trying to play recordings of previous sets. I'm like, listen to this bit, you know. But she wouldn't stop, you know. She's like, I know a word worse than that. She goes, I know the C word. Yeah, she said it starts with C and ends with M. I was like, what? I don't know this word. Maybe this kid's got new words. Anyway, she goes, yeah, C-O-N-D-O-M. I was like, what? No, it's cunt, you idiot. But, no, I find it funny that, you know, in America, they hate that word. They hate the C word. They're not a fan of it, which I think is funny, you know, because I think we can all agree in America they're a little bit cuckoo. They're a little bit gaga. They're a little bit loopy, if I could even go that far as to say that, you know? But then they get all uptight when it comes to a word, you know? They've got mass shootings over there. Have you heard about these? I think they're bad. I think they're no good, you know? I mean, you could be over there. You could be in a mass shooting. I mean, I hope no one is, but you could be, you know? You're in the heat of the moment, someone's shooting you. You're like, geez, fucking cunt. They're like, come on, man, have a bit of decorum. Jesus Christ. Come on, we're in a school for crying out loud. This is inappropriate. Oh my God, what a crowd. Give yourselves a round of applause. Oh my God. Let me tell you this last bit. Do you guys know what speakeasy bars are? Yes. If you don't know what they are, they're like very hidden bars, you know. They're hidden in other establishments. I went to one in New York once. I had to go through this barber shop, and you go through the barber shop, then all of a sudden there's like a hidden door. Then you're in a bar all of a sudden. You're in a barber shop minus the burr shop. And imagine if that was the whole joke. Thanks for coming out. Anyway, so one night, me and my two friends were looking for one of these speakeasy bars, and we got it on the Google Maps. We're following the Google Maps, and then it said we arrived eventually. But the place we arrived at was a place called the Asian Playhouse. And I got to say, it looked a hell of a lot like a brothel. It really did. We're like, who knows? Maybe it's the place. So we went in, and it was almost 100% a brothel. And I don't know if we got any brothel heads in tonight. I don't know where we got big brothel boys in, but I've never been to a brothel. I've never even been to a strip club. I get a little bit into belly dancing because I'm more of a cultural pervert, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm a perv, but I want some culture as well, okay? It's like I've got an erection, but I'm eating hummus, so it's fine, you know? So anyway, we were there, and my friends, they were like, well, Ben, this is clearly not the speakeasy bar. We should go. And I was sort of like, all right, guys, hold your horses just a little second here, okay? That's the whole point of a speakeasy bar, is that it's hidden, okay? Maybe it's extra hidden. Maybe there's some sort of secret code or something. You know what I mean? Like maybe we have to ask for 3 erotic massages or something, and that's the code. Anyway, so we got 3 erotic massages, and they took us to the massage table. My head went straight through. Call back. And people love a callback. And so anyway, then they're like massaging us, and I can hear my friends, they were separated by a thin sheet. They're like, Ben, this is clearly not the speakeasy bar. And I'm there. I'm like, you guys are probably right. That's probably right. Maybe we should go. So anyway, I go to get up to leave. As I go to get up to leave, this masseuse, she flips me over. She's very strong. She flips me over in one smooth movement, and not to be crude or anything, but my erect penis is in the air. And again, not to be crude, it's erect because I was still excited for the Speakeasy Bar. You know what I mean? It had great reviews. And anyway, I go to get up to leave. This lady who's doing the massage, she grabs my penis, and she grabbed the worm, and anyway, and she sort of yanked it to the left, sort of like a lever. She yanked it to the left, and a hidden door opened. There was a Speakeasy Bar right behind her.